Hey guys, I'm Sync.
And I'm Echo.
And we're back once again playing Phoenix Wright Trials and Tribulations. In the last episode, we got Larry up to testimony. Well, he got Larry's testimony on the stand. And he's just as much of a pain in the ass as he was every single other time.
Literally every time, actually.
Yeah. And in this episode, we're going to get his final testimony.
I can only hope!
The missing 15 minutes when the bridge was burning.
Larry has to compensate all the time I wasted on his fucking ass.
I am a Daxnim. I'm an artist. What do you think I was doing?
I hate you.
Sketching in front of the bridge. That's why I was whipped up into a frenzy of art.
There's something really wrong with you.
The shock and awe that I was feeling, I transformed it directly onto the page.
Give me your sketch. Show me your sketch.
Before I realized the flames had gone out by the time he came running up. I suppose artists can be strange folk.
I don't believe him 1 second. Show me your sketch and I'll believe you.
That's right. I'm willing to sacrifice everything in order to draw the perfect sketch. That's actually funny. Including the truth from the sound of it.
Give me your sketch and I'll believe you.
Mr. Edgeworth, has this removed the last of your doubts?
No!
Not at all, Your Honor. One very large doubt still remains. And what would that be? This is a surprisingly believable story, especially from considering the source. So why did he think he needed to hide it from us until now? I intend to drag that reason out of him. Ha ha! You'll regret this, Edgy.
Yeah, I don't care about you anymore.
So how about that sketch? Can I see that sketch?
Give me your sketch! Okay.
Alright, artist, what do you think I was doing? I was sketching in front of the bridge. Alright, tell me.
Where's your sketch?
Sketching? The burning bridge. The burning bridge and everything that came with it. What came with it? You want to hear this from my lips, do you, Edgy? You'll regret this. This is a sketch of mine. Gah!
Enough. Just take that ridiculous sketch of yours. I already witnessed.
What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean.
Everyone wants to see it.
That does indeed appear to be the fastest solution. I'll leave it to you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes, please do.
What should I do? I got a terrible feeling about that the instant the entire world may change was predicted there.
I don't care. Look at the sketch.
Larry, I wonder if you could show us the sketch, please. Well, even I couldn't imagine it'd turn out like this. Imagine what? That Laurie Stegson debut was take place here today,
okay,
like
I'm
this.
gone.
Ow, ouch!
Show it now. Me. Francisca in this courtroom with Larry is me.
Okay, but steel yourselves. This is the world of Lawrence Daxnim.
I'm sorry, what is this you're showing me? Did you see a spirit or something?
Well, so this is this Gazdowski Bridge, correct? Quite a large bridge, isn't it? Yeah, your response, Miss Von Karma?
Yes, well, it's a bit strong than I expected.
Isn't it? I struggle to reproduce.
Okay, I'm done.
No, don't skip.
No, I'm done with him. If he doesn't give me anything good, I'm gone.
Yes, I'm sure you did. This is gonna get ugly. No one has the bravery to bring it up, it seems.
No one really wants to touch upon it.
This mysterious flying object. Larry. What? This burning bridge is fine. But what is it that unfortunate looking figure? Ah, you spotted that. I thought you might. However much I want to ignore it, I can't. It's Iris, of course! Iris!
Excuse me?
I wish she'd taken better care of herself. We had a plan for the future, I know.
God,
No,
wait.
She had injured herself flying like that.
the Max case all over again.
See, like I said, slow down, because he mentions a whole bunch of stuff. Larry, please answer this next question honestly. Okay.
Edward has enough of him.
Are you really claiming to have seen this? Are you claiming to have seen the silhouette of the defendant flying over the bridge that was engulfed in flames? Yep, that's what I saw. And that's why I drew it. I'm an artist, a real artist.
There's something wrong with Larry.
Honestly, real quick, that is actually not a bad drawing. It's not
I wasn't talking about his art.
I'm
talking about him as a person.
As an aside, that's not bad.
I don't care.
I know
hate
you
Larry
don't.
as a person, and I'm just wondering what is wrong with him. He was dropped one too many times as a baby. That has to be what happened. No one can possibly be as stupid as Larry.
Art.
You.
Hi. This girl is really high up in the picture.
Oh, you high? Everyone just finishing each other's sentences.
You know what was funny? I was like, or he could be a stoner, and then that happened.
Oh, okay.
What was that for?
This is a bad dream. Yeah, Francisca has put it down very, very accurately.
Yeah.
This is all a bad dream. I was hitting you on the cheek to test that theory.
I was hitting you on the cheek to test that theory.
That's just like Maya, except Maya would do it on Phoenix and not the judge. But of course, Maya also doesn't have the reach to hit the judge.
Yeah. Please whip your own cheek from now on if you wish to test your wild theories. Anyway.
Are you gonna hit Edgeworth? Please hit Edgeworth. I just want to see it once.
No doubt, no court of law would ever acknowledge that people can fly.
This is the Max case all over again. Except this time there's no magic.
Actually, there is some precedent for this.
I can't. Okay, you can read that for me.
She was flying pretty high, my sweet Iris. She was about 30 feet above the bridge at least. It was really something to see.
There's something wrong with Larry.
This has to be because some kind of mistake.
She had a jetpack. Jetpacks are real.
Can you draw that? Iris with a jetpack flying over the burning bridge. Oh my god. Mr. Edgeworth, please bring the witness back down to Earth.
Please just boot the witness off.
Boot to the head. What? Me? This witness is your friend, is he not? A acquaintance.
Accessory to foolishness. Miles Edgeworth.
Let us get back to the cross-examination. By force, if necessary. Mr. Edgeworth, I expect you to expose the obvious contradiction here. Yes, Your Honor. Looks like I've got another reason to remember this moron. Well, what did you think of my debut piece? Get that thing away from me! Now, hurry up and cross-examine him. Everyone is done with Larry.
I'm done with Larry. She's done with Larry. He's done with Larry. The judge done with Larry. Is anyone else still done with Larry? Everyone. We're all done with Larry. Terrible sketch of what he saw the night of the murder. Touch the check button for details. Am I supposed to point out that people can't fly? We have her hood, though.
Bingo!
We have her hood!
Larry, what did you really see that night?
I was so hung up on the sketch. I was like, what am I supposed to contradict? That she has... She can't fly? Okay.
Not that I particularly care. In your position, that's just being irresponsible. I drew exactly what I saw. I'll give you the whole dollar if that's the truth.
That doesn't give me any confidence.
If that's truly the case, then there is one thing that we can say for certain. What might that be? That the person who flew over the bridge could not have been the defendant Iris. What do you mean? I don't understand. Why?
Yes, thank you, hit Larry. Please just hit Larry instead of the judge, because I just want Larry to get punished. A foolhardy, folly, a foolish statement by an equally foolishly foolhardy fool. How exactly can you make this claim?
Tell us, Larry. According to this picture, the individual whom you saw was wearing the hood. You saw was wearing a hood, correct?
I thought that was her hair, not her hood.
Of course she was. That rundown shack is quite away from the bridge. The hood was what told me it was this floating angel was my Iris.
So you only concluded this by the hood?
The hood is my darling Iris, and Iris is my darling hood. Wah!
It seems there are bigger fools in this world than one at the defense branch. She's like, there are bigger fools than I thought there ever be. This is the biggest fool of them all. There cannot be anyone who compares to this one.
Larry, there's something you need to be made aware of. On the night of the murder, Iris wasn't wearing her hood. She had given it to Wright as a gift. Are you going to change your story now? Perhaps suggest it was Wright who took the flight? What are you talking about? I think you understand what I mean just fine. Why? Why did Nick have Iris's hood? Yeah?
Of course he's...
Angie, what's going on with Nick and Iris?
No,
why you Nick, you dog?
Nope, we're just gone now. We're just gone.
I do believe that this is unbelievably mysterious sketch is destined to disappear, discredited, and discarded straight into the garbage.
Thank you. What is it now, witness?
It feels like I've been waiting 25 years for this. Edgy, today— No, wait! What? What is the meaning of your outburst, witness? I hate to have to do this, but I have some definitive evidence.
Did you take a picture?
Definitive?
Evidence?
Iris did indeed come flying by over the burning bridge. And I, Lawrence Dayexnim, shall prove it.
Do you have a picture? What? Do you have a picture?
I didn't expect us to ask this again, but we'll be needing your testimony once again. Tell us anything you know concerning about the defendant as depicted in this sketch. Show us your evidence that this nightmare was actually a reality.
I like how we're just calling it a nightmare now.
Okay, I hope you're ready, Edgy, because I'm gonna feed you a whole whopping serving of pain. You've been serving us a whopping full of pain this whole time. Trust me.
Truer words have never been said.
Proof that Iris flew! When I reached Dusky Bridge, she was already gone.
What?
I was so worried. So I frantically searched all over for her. That led me to finding this beautiful crystal sphere half buried in the snow. I'm sure that Iris was simply wearing a spare hood. After all, no one else could have lost the crystal sphere that night. No one else could have lost a crystal sphere that night. No one else could have lost a crystal sphere that night. No one else could have lost a crystal sphere that night.
Are you fucking kidding me?
She was your mentor!
God, I'm gone. I'm just gone.
A crystal sphere? This one. Pretty, isn't it? But finders keepers.
It's covered in
blood!
You fucking moron! He had it in his pocket the entire time! That spear. Where did you find it?
Let me see, around here somewhere. It looks about right.
Did Elise take the... Elise took it. She took the snowmobile? But wait. Did Iris still have the key?
Maybe Elise took the key.
Elise could have taken the key, I admit
and
that.
left it in the ignition.
But Larry didn't say he took it back, so...
And that means that Elise was going into the inner temple.
The fuck? How did she fly? Oh my god, it was the spirits.
And it was half buried in snow? It had pretty much stopped snowing by then. But there was still some falling as I walked to the bridge. This court accepts this crystal sphere. That's mine, okay? I went back afterwards. There's something on it, isn't there? Oh my, it's a bloodstain. What? A bloodstain?
I can't believe you guys didn't see that.
Add to the court record.
Submitted by Larry Butts. I never want to see that again.
Are you ready, Edgy? By tomorrow morning, you'll be calling me Master Larry.
No.
No.
And no one will ever call you that. Ever.
Yeah, I like the sound of it. No one's gonna push me around anymore.
That's a lie. That's the biggest lie you've said this entire time.
You have a huge inferiority complex. People are gonna push you around all the time. Didn't you want to be Lori Daggsnim just a few minutes ago? Proof that Iris flew. So... half buried in the snow. I'm sure that Iris simply was wearing a spare hood. After all, no one else could have lost a crystal sphere that night.
Thanks to this very creepy picture of her that you took.
Larry, that night, there was someone who lost a crystal sphere. There was? Who? Who was the stupid idiot? Miss Elise Daggsnim, the mentor to a stupid idiot.
Oh! The victim?
I have a photo of her here.
She wouldn't know that about that photo.
And on the end of her staff, you can see a familiar-looking crystal sphere.
Before I went to this picture, I saw the hood and the crystal sphere on it was a light blue color. I was like, that's not the sphere. And then I went to this photo. I was like, wait.
Is it?
Yeah.
Gogo's co-record.
It's a blue spear.
Oh, Iris's hood. Got it. Okay.
So I was like looking around, like we have a photo of someone with it.
Yeah.
And then I remember the staff.
Yeah.
Actually, I just remember a photo of her. I thought maybe there was a spear on it. I didn't think it was the staff. But then I saw the purple spear on the staff, and I was like, there it is.
Yeah.
It's not the correct spear because it's not the right color.
Yeah. Hey! That's my photograph! Give it back!
You gave this to us. No!
Ouch!
There we go. A crystal spear like that is quite easy to find. I have one just like it on my brooch.
That's not a sphere. It's also not purple. Is it crystal? They look nothing alike.
And Trevor's like,
Thank you, Edgeworth. In any case, please take a look at this. This is the victim's staff found at the crime scene. Ah, the crystal sphere. It's gone. What?
I'm done with him.
What?
I'm done with him.
Just what does this mean? If anyone jumped or flew across the bridge that night, it certainly was not Iris after all. She was not wearing her hood. More importantly, the crystal sphere was found at the landing site. Was not hers either. That means the one who flew and dropped the sphere was the victim, Miss Elise Daggsnim.
Objection. A fool alongside another fool on a fool's errand to reach a foolish conclusion. Was she like stabbed in the air and that's how she got her bruise from the 10 feet fall? Because apparently now she can fly if the spirits help her. I mean, what? First of all, this sketch, which I refer to as a scribble, which I prefer to call a scribble, is ridiculous. People who cannot fly, thus it is rejected.
You can't do that. I saw it with my own 2 eyes.
And this crystal spear. This is nothing more than a red herring.
You honestly believe that?
Give some thought, and I'm sure you realize it as well, Miss Miles Edgeworth. At least whatever, was in her room on the night of the murder. There was no reason for her to go to Dusty Bridge. Therefore, this spear cannot be related to this case. That is all. I mean, there is Maya. But they don't know this conclusion. They don't know this. That was just my thinking because she looks like an older Mia.
Miss Francisca von Karma. The only people who will accept that explanation are scatterbrains and clowns. Haha! Turnabout, big top turnabout reference.
Besides the flying?
Yeah, the flying and the only one with the scatterbrains and clowns. Why are you pointing at me? The victim, Crystal Sphere, was found near the bridge on the night of her murder. Yet you expect us to believe that this has nothing to do with the case?
The crystal spear. It was probably thrown away in the bridge after the murder.
After the murder?
There's blood on the crystal spear, isn't there? This naturally suggests it was thrown away after the murder took place. The killer placed it there to throw the investigation off the scent. The same reason that he drew that ridiculous sketch.
What? You mean I'm the killer? Now what?
Enough joking. Just when did this crystal spear appear near the foot of the bridge? Unless this can be proven in some way, I refuse to believe this is related to the case.
She makes a valid point. There is no evidence that at least the ex-Nim left Hazakura Temple that night. However, if somehow this crystal sphere can be proven to have been dropped before the victim was killed, then this case is going to transform into something else entirely. Your response, Mr. Edgeworth?
Oh my gosh.
You mentioned it a little before.
No, she was stabbed or she was...
No.
Who is the staff in this picture? That she took the thing, the snowmobile. But where's the blood from? That's my question.
Well, I think we'll have to keep going to figure that one out. I want your final opinion on this the deposition of this crystal sphere. If it's not related to the case, then this witness, who you called, will have been nothing more than a monumental waste of time. More so than he already has been. Prepare yourself
for some very appropriate punishment, Miles Edgeworth.
Can I prove it? Can I prove that the crystal sphere was dropped before the murder took place?
We gotta look some more. Oh look, there's a marker for where he found it. I think.
Yep.
If she took the snowmobile before the snow stopped, and well, I don't even know if she took it back. But that's possible. If it's possible that she's the one that caused this track, then it could have been dropped before the murder took place. But I don't see proof of that in here. This is still just speculation. that she's the one who took it and came back. Is it really proved that this photo?
Well, it took. No, like, because we said that it was snowing the whole time before 10:50. So if she took that before the murder, and she took the snowmobile, crossed Dusky Bridge, and then either her or someone else used it to come bring it back after the snow had stopped, then that fits the photo.
Yes, that fits the photo, but is that proof that the crystal sphere was dropped before the murder took place?
If she went, then her tracks would have been covered up, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's still not proof that the crystal sphere was dropped before the murder. This is explaining to me that photo, but I don't see how that's proof that the crystal sphere was dropped before that. If this scenario doesn't took place and she dropped the crystal sphere there on the way back to Kazakura Temple, I can believe that happened, but I cannot see how this picture is proof.
Oh, you're right. What have we established so far in terms of timing?
That she died around 11 p.m.
And we know that she died then because why?
Because that's what Bikini said.
Right, but how do we determine that she had died at her time?
Because of the weather report?
Yeah, because why?
Because...
Go ahead and check it again. She died at 11. Why? And we know that why.
Because it stopped snowing?
10 minutes before.
10 minutes before, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, right now we can't really prove it was snow? Unless he fucking said something. Let's see, before the murder took place, it was snowing, give or take. If he found it before the murder took place, it would have had snow on it.
Correct.
Oh, half covered in snow.
Bingo. Can I prove it? That isn't the issue. Simply prove it. That's the only option. That's what he'd do. That's the way Phoenix Wright would do this.
Edward drawing write-in law co-offices.
I'm a prosecutor. I face off against the person who usually runs this. I'm just here because, you know, I'll write everything. Your Honor, allow me to prove something to you. I will prove that this crystal sphere is vital link to solving this case. You will do what now?
That look in your eyes. You remind me of Phoenix Wright when he's cornered.
That should come as no surprise. Because right now, I am Phoenix Wright, and I am indeed cornered.
Because I am Phoenix Wright and I am cornered.
In order to present the evidence, I order you to present evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Evidence that proves the crystal sphere was indeed dropped before the murder.
Take that!
The crystal sphere. It was half buried in the snow, correct? That's right. If it hadn't stopped snowing, then it would have been game over. Game over, man. The snow would have totally covered it. That's all I need to hear from you, Larry. Your testimony makes one thing quite clear. But what? When the crystal sphere was dropped, it was snowing. Even if it was ever so slightly.
Snowing?
On the other hand, let us look at the scene of the crime of the murder. As proven earlier today, there is no snow on the victim's body. Ah! Therefore, the crystal sphere must have been dropped before the murder.
What? What?
Order! 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 On the night of the murder, the victim did indeed go to Dusky Bridge. And there, something occurred that caused this crystal sphere to come loose.
She was killed there, carried onto the motorbike, the snowmobile,
Snowblow mile.
the snowmobile back to the crime scene with the sword still in her, or the murder weapon still in her, causing no blood to be drawn. Then she was dropped at the courtyard where Bikini saw it happen. That's what I was thinking this entire time, but I didn't say anything until we have into now.
Yeah.
That's like my line of thinking now.
What? What could that have? Wow. This sphere. There is some blood on it, isn't there?
The blood on the spear is actually what made me thought she was killed there.
Allow me to raise a certain possibility at this junction.
She was killed while flying!
The real crime scene was near the foot of Dusky Bridge.
Objection!
The murder didn't take place in Kazakura Temple courtyard? Only a fool would suggest such a foolish piece of absolute foolishness.
Just who's the fool, and which part is so foolish, Miss Von Karma? My Edgeworth is draining.
Have you been paying any attention this whole time, Miles Edgeworth? The sister saw everything. She saw the victim being killed by the defendant in the Kazakura Temple courtyard. Why am I saying Kaza? That's how you say that.
That's not exactly true now, is it? To put it more precisely, what she saw was the murder weapon being removed from the victim's body.
That's the same thing.
No, it isn't. You said it yourself.
Very little blood is actually lost at the moment of a blade's insertion. You want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from a body? That would be when the blade is removed.
If that statement is the truth, then Dusky Bridge could very easily be the scene of the murder. The murder weapon was not removed, thus, there was no bleeding.
Objection!
You are forgetting one vital thing, Miles Edgeworth. At least the Lexinum, whatever. His body was found in Hazakura Temple. On foot, it would take 15 minutes to travel from Dusty Bridge to Hazakura Temple. You mean to suggest someone carried the body all that way?
I made it this far. Only one place to take this to the end. I need to prove the possibility that it happened, as I presume. Now, if the defense is ready, the courts would like to hear you have an explanation. Please show us the method by which the victim's body was carried to Hazakura Temple.
There it is.
On that snowy night, there was one way that a body could have been moved. The snowmobile.
Ha!
As we know, the snowmobile was used that night. It was explained as having been used to dispose of the murder weapon. But it also could have been used to carry a body. Order! 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 Ah!
This is completely unacceptable, Miles Edgeworth. You've dug yourself into your own grave.
What do you mean?
The only one who couldn't use a snowmobile was the defendant. She's the one who moved the body. Doesn't that put the final nail in your coffin?
You're too late, Francisca von Karma. And in fact, the defense has proven something else entirely. We have shown that this case requires further investigation.
What?
Where was the victim, Elise Dexnim, really killed? If her body was moved, whatever for? And finally, just what does this image mean?
Whip through the image. Do you really even need to think about that? Such a creature could never see the truth, let alone describe it.
This witness certainly sits on one of the lowest branches of humanity.
Oh.
However, he would never utter a lie that could hurt a girl with whom he is enamored. He drew this, so this is something that actually happened. The defense stands firm on this point. Edgy! Thank you. That settles it then. I cannot give a verdict under these circumstances.
Grr. Okay, more grrring.
Grr, more grrring. Right. I seem to have fulfilled my part of this. It's just as I thought. Francisco von Karma, you make a wonderful partner.
Excuse me.
There was one reason, and one alone, for me being here. To expose the darkness lurking in this case, and then pass it on to Wright.
I thought he needed one more day to recover. Didn't he need 2 days of bed rose? Yesterday and today?
He started his recovery yesterday, which was investigation, and today, which is
court
day.
Investigation.
And he's gonna get out early, I guess.
Are we investigating as Wright, or are we investigating as Edgeworth, and then Wright goes to court the next day?
Don't know. I don't remember. Really? That's what this is all about. You could have just told me from the very beginning.
And then Francisco get punted because Wright is there, and Godai is like, my turn now. Yeah. This man's mine.
This is my man. Then I wouldn't have Flippy.
Miles Edgeworth, I don't care about what you were here to do. This is my chance to finally grind you under my heat.
A shame that your chance seems to have slipped by you. What a shame, Franzi!
This is all your fault. Such a terrible witness. You're an affront to all. Okay.
Legal systems. Ow! 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 Ouch!
I demand satisfaction. Thank you. Thank you. I love this! This is my favorite scene in all of Ace Attorney!
I cannot believe that the witness's testimony relates to an actual event.
No one can believe that either, Judge.
However, there has to be some sort of answer to the question it raises. Have his words here today been truth or lies? Next time we gather in this courtroom, those are the matters that shall be addressed. I am counting on a thorough investigation on both defense and prosecution.
Well, now Francisco can actually do an investigation. Well, we all know that she was on the plane this entire time.
And with this, the rest is up to you, right?
I'm sorry, he's done resting? I thought he still needed 2 days to rest.
Court is now adjourned. To be continued!
I love this case only because I get to see Larry get whipped to death.
Alright guys, in the next episode we will be continuing on and picking back up investigation. See you guys then.
Bye.